From WSLS, this is 10 News, Virginia Today at 7, working for you.
Kobe Bryant's widow took the stand in her lawsuit against Los Angeles County. More on the allegations and what attorneys predict for the case.
Plus, cyber fraud is impacting Americans nationwide, even right here at home. More on how businesses have been affected by the crime and what you can do to avoid it.
And it's back to school season. All the ways you can keep your kids safe and healthy as they return to the classroom.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Lindsay Kennett.
I'm Duke Carter. We, of course, want to make sure you are fully prepared when you head out the door, whether it's a good hair day or just a good day in general. So we're going to switch things over to our meteorologist, Justin McKee, the man with the plan, to let us know what we can expect for today. Love the smile, by the way.
I want to hear if it is a good hair day for you. How's the hair doing?
It's rough right now, bro.
It's a little bit humid.
It's rough.
It's a little bit humid out there, and that actually is a sign that we are going to see a good amount of rain over the course of our Sunday. Not seeing any of that just yet in Blacksburg, but there's plenty of clouds overhead. This is our sky cam over at Virginia Tech, and eventually we are going to see some showers roll into the New River Valley. Been mainly watching the highlands for those as we've gone through our morning show here, but you can see as we head down to North Carolina, those showers and storms are really going to be growing in coverage for areas to the south of us very soon, and then wouldn't be surprised if some of that does move to the north and northeast into our area very soon. So the chance for rain today in a pretty high category at about 80%. I don't think it's a total washout, obviously, because you're not seeing any rain in the moment in a lot of the area, but certainly wet at times. A good idea to have the rain gear with you just in case one of those showers or storms comes through. A very good way to track those storms is, of course, with our weather app, which is available on Apple and Android devices. Temperatures up into the low 70s for Roanoke, Smith Mountain Lake, as well as Lynchburg. Everybody else is in the 60s. I think most of us stay in the 70s throughout the course of the day. A couple of spots are going to be able to get up to the low 80s, of course, before the rain moves into the region. Temperatures are going to be warming up as we go into the work week. We'll have that forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. New information overnight in the search for a wanted man in Montgomery County. Craig County Sheriff Trevor Craddock confirms 2 deputies and a canine were involved in an incident with 42-year-old Sean Tolbert, who you see on your screen. Investigators did not say when the interaction took place, but Craddock tells us the canine was not part of the department's team and was taken to the vet with a serious injury. It unfortunately later died. That incident is still under investigation. The search for Tolbert in the Blacksburg area is entering its 4th day. Police say Tolbert is wanted in relation to a car chase in Botetourt County that ended with a crash in Craig County last week. They say Tolbert escaped into the woods and has been on the run ever since. Police are continuing to patrol the area of Brush Mountain Estates, but the last reported sighting of Tolbert was Friday morning. If you see anything suspicious, you're asked to call the sheriff's office.
Police are investigating a homicide here in the Star City. Officers say an unidentified man drove himself to Carilion Roanoke Memorial Hospital around 5:30 Saturday morning, where he later died. They say they have not yet found where the shooting took place, but they are investigating the case as a homicide. Officers are still searching for a suspect.
Actor Gary Busey is charged with sex offenses stemming from a convention event. Busey is facing 4 sexual offense charges from incidents occurring at the annual Monster Mania convention in New Jersey. The convention took place earlier this month. The charges include criminal sexual contact and sexual harassment charges. The investigation is ongoing.
Vanessa Bryant, widow of NBA legend Kobe Bryant, took the stand as part of her federal civil lawsuit against Los Angeles County. The lawsuit alleges the county invaded Bryant's privacy and inflicted emotional distress by not properly containing the spread of the photos from the 2020 helicopter crash that killed her husband, teenage daughter, and 7 others. The photos are said to be graphic, and legal experts say her case is strong.
And then when you talk about emotional distress, clearly Vanessa Bryant and the other plaintiffs are grieving the loss of their spouses and their children, but that grief turned to horror when you think about these photographs being spread to individuals outside of these law enforcement agencies.
The L.A. County Sheriff testified that he asked all deputies to delete the photos, but does not know for certain whether they are all gone.
Senator Bernie Sanders took a trip to Pennsylvania yesterday to attend a workers' rights rally. The rally was held in partnership with the International Brotherhood of Teamsters and the Association of Flight Attendants. The event is meant to support workers demanding better pay and working conditions. Sanders expressed his support during the event and called for growth of the trade union movement.
And when you are a member of a union, you get better wages, you get better working conditions, you understand the concept of a pension, and you know what? You're not just a cog in a machine, you're a human being who has some rights.
Sanders is set to attend another rally today in Massachusetts.
Cyber fraud is a multi-billion-dollar problem affecting people all over the country, especially here in the Commonwealth. But the FBI wants to know that they are here to help. The Richmond field office hosted a roundtable discussion where they said businesses are some of the most vulnerable. $2.4 billion was lost nationwide to business email cyber attacks. The FBI says if you become a victim of cyber crime, your best bet is to file a report.
If you file it quickly, the FBI, working through our partners across the country and internationally, we may be able to stop that wire transfer and recover the money or a partial amount of the money. But you have to act fast.
Out of more than 1,700 incidents, the Recovery Asset Team has a 75% success rate in freezing funds before they could be lost.
Summer is finishing up and the school year has already begun for many families. However, as students return to the classroom, it's important to keep their safety in mind when it comes to the COVID-19 virus.
For the general population, kids do tend to be at lower risk for complications of COVID compared to adults, particularly older adults, but that doesn't mean zero risk.
COVID cases are expected to increase this fall, and doctors say vaccinations are the best way to offer protection. They say parents should also discuss booster shots with their child's medical provider.
We had said earlier in the pandemic that wild-type infection of COVID likely protected you for 3 months or so. Unfortunately, with the new BA.5 variant, Omicron variant that's circulating right now, it seems like that interval is significantly shorter, and we're seeing more reinfections in the general public, even up to a month or 6 weeks after their original infection.
Doctors recommend masks for kids with immune disorders or other health issues. Proper hand washing and at-home COVID tests are also encouraged.
We are just a few days away from the first day of school here in Roanoke City, and a new event called Grades Over Guns popped up Saturday to help set students up for success. 10 News reporter Alexis Davila tells us why they're not only giving out school supplies, but they're teaching gun violence prevention.
Kicking off with music and dance performances. It's the last hurrah for Roanoke City students before they head back to school. Nearly a dozen vendors line Eureka Park to offer savory and sweet treats. But afterwards, children grin when they got to pick out their own book bag.
It means the world to me.
Jason Harrison created the Grades Over Guns event to pay homage to Eureka Park, but mainly help students in the area get ready for a successful start.
When I was younger, I remember coming to this center, and this center does not get used as much as it should get used by the community.
With gun violence still on the rise, Harrison says he wants to remind the youth to focus on getting good grades.
All the kids I come in contact with, I just have love for them, and I want to make sure that they understand that the violence that's going on in the city does not have to be something that they are part of.
Organizations like Reset and Fed Up came with one main message: put down the guns.
The more we instill in them at a younger age, the better when they grow up and go through school, they will understand the impact that gun violence does, and hopefully just learning at a younger age when the ears are tender that it will instill and stay with them.
Hairston plans to host another gathering in January to help students prepare for the second semester. In Roanoke, Alexis Davila, 10 News, working for you.
Do you have the need for speed for some exotic muscle? Car muscle, that is. French automaker Bugatti just announced what it believes is the fastest convertible ever. How fast it goes and how much it costs.
Plus, caught on camera, the mischief a baby seal got up to in New Zealand. All of that and more coming up in What's Trending.
And you're about to walk out the door, start off your Sunday. Good idea to have the rain gear with you. We could have some scattered showers around during the morning. I think the wettest part of the day is going to be the afternoon. Temperatures not moving all that much over the next few hours. We only get up into the middle 70s by 11. We'll let you know where temperatures peak this afternoon coming up after this break.